This video is about giving you transparency on why selling final expense insurance can be very difficult and hard at first, but also some steps on how you can make it simpler and easier to engage with these prospects. Hopefully, you're going to get paid and have a powerful success story so that you can hopefully mitigate the massive amount of insurance agents that become a statistic. 90% of the insurance agents industry wide will fail. I don't want this to be you. So, we're going to dive into 5 things you really need to unpack before you step powerfully into this industry. So before we go into this with you, my name's Jason. I'm your friend in the industry, and I am so insanely blessed to partner with amazing brand new and veteran insurance agents that align here to sell life, Medicare, and annuities, as well as insurance agencies that align here in our work family to just have powerful fun in an industry that's very frustrating. So if you need good resources or a good work family to call a home, we do recruit agents as well. But jasonfinalexpense.com will give you anything we can to help you in this industry. So if you're taking notes, number one, if you want to have the best chance of making it, you've got to find a good mentor. A mentor is really going to be one that's going to get you out of your soft spaces. They're not there to make you feel warm and fuzzy, give you that Kool-Aid rah-rah. They're going to give you the realities of the industry, like what we're going to do in this video. You've got to get into a position where you learn from somebody like me or another vetted trainer that's done this over 20 years so that you can go, you know what? Let me share with you some things that I stepped in so that you don't have to step in the same pile of XYZ. When you're dealing with prospects, you've got to have a mentor that says, just don't make these mistakes. Maybe you can do this to make your script a little bit better. Maybe these systems could be just fine tuned so that you can take your career up a notch. They're not trying to take a notch out of you, they're trying to take you to the next level. And a mentor is so important in your journey of success. With final expense insurance, it can be very frustrating some days. Let me share with you, my mentor told me, Jason, some days you're going to be underpaid, some days you're going to be overpaid. What does today look like to you? You've got to have somebody that can walk with you because when you wake up in the morning, the demons of self doubt, they're there, right? You jump into this space and you're like, wow, it's going to be easy money. No, it's not. It's the best paying hard work maybe you've ever seen in your life when you get that sale. But 90% of the agent force that we shared with you is a statistic because they didn't see maybe a need to have a mentor. Maybe you thought, hey, I can just have a contract and somehow I'm going to capitalize. You need somebody to walk with you, make the business as simple as possible because selling final expense without a mentor, it's rough waters. It's like making it to the top of Mount Everest when you don't know what you're doing. You're like, I can hike. Well, you're probably going to be in a bag somewhere and it's not going to be good, right? And that's why so many insurance agents get bagged in their career. They stop moving and they don't make it. So, number one is very important. Please find a good mentor that's done this a long time. Make sure they're $1 million round table producer, an agency owner, or insurance group owner. So critical to you. And that's why you've got to find a good mentor who's a right fit for you. Nobody is a right fit for everybody, just like maybe your wife or your husband or your significant other may be great for you, but drive your buddy to go crazy. Find a good mentor that can help you and give you everything so that you can take off in your career. Number two, if you're taking notes, is methods. That's why a mentor is important because they can say, listen, these methods have really worked for me and helped me in a huge way mitigate some mistakes. Use these methods and then deploy with your final expense leads. Methods are critical. You've got to have proven power scripts. You've got to have rebuttaling techniques. You've got to have CRT. You've got to have the systems so that you have stability when you're on that final expense telesales phone call or script, or even as a face-to-face insurance producer. You've got to have the methods so that you can make things as easy as possible, but the business stinks sometimes, my friends. You're going to have the best scripts, the best methods, and you know what they're going to say? I don't have money. You're going to have the best methods, the best final expense scripts on the planet, and they're going to say, you know what? I'm poor. I just can't do this right now. Or can you do this tomorrow? Can you just mail it to me? You've got to be ready. Methods are magical, but they're not unicorn dust. You've got to have this unending belief that you're going to help make somebody else's life better on the other side of that door if you're a face-to-face final expense agent or on the other end of that phone. This isn't about getting rich quick. This business is about getting rich potentially. if you make it. But 90% of the agent force is a statistic. They don't make any money. You've got to understand this business takes grit. It takes grind, but you've got to have a mentor who can help you. And then number two, you've got to have the right methods that a mentor will provide to you so that now you've trained, you've practiced, you rehearsed, and yes, you're going to stumble over your own tongue. I just did right there. Have you ever stumbled, by the way, over your own tongue? Are you brave enough to put it in the comments below? I hope this is a help to you, but you're going to have times where you're not perfect. Done this 20 years, I'm still not perfect. Just tripped over my own tongue right there. But get ready for good methods. Methods are very important because it helps you have structure, which keeps you safe, just like a good recipe. Wash, rinse, and repeat, and do it over and over and over again when, and only when, by the way, it's worked for your mentor or for the team. That's going to help you have the best chance of taking off as opposed to other folks that are doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. They don't really have the methods. They got a contract and they hope they're going to make a pile of cash. Normally, they're going to become a casualty of the industry. Your contract alone isn't going to help you capitalize, but good mentorship, number one, good methods, number two, are going to give you the best chance, in my experience, of taking off. Number three, if you're ready, final expense insurance agents find this business to be difficult because of mindset. Mindset is, oh my goodness. Let me tell you, it's something that takes you from being a hero to a zero from call to call, whether you're a face to face insurance agent selling Medicare, or maybe you're selling annuities over the phone or in a face to face play, or even a Medicare or ACA sales agent. You're going to have times where your mind starts messing with you. Wow, I sold, and this is great. And then you come to the next sales appointment or sales call and they tell you to go eat something that isn't good. All right. You're going to have to digest this, and you can't get caustic. You can't get negative. Nothing good is going to come from your negative mindset. And I mean nothing. Your mindset is so important. Now, back to tip number one, your mentors who you need to go to because they've been in the negative funk that now maybe you found yourself in. Maybe you've got a batch of leads or a batch of calls, and you're wondering why everybody is telling you to go pound sand. It's punishing. Some days you're that hero. Some days you feel like you're a zero, when you've got to zero in on what you need to do with your mind so that you can unpack the industry. I know it's not fun to sell final expense at times, but if you go negative, you're going to be in this spiral. You've got to grab the joystick and realize what caused me to get into this industry in the first place. Get positive, get back what you know you possess, and that's forward momentum. But mindset, my friends, is what takes so many insurance agents out. And agents find it difficult to deal with negativity, and it's not fun. Not going to sugarcoat or you know what sandwich. Get yourself in a position where you've got good, positive mindset, and you can push beyond your negative insurance agents around you that are going to become a statistic. If you go negative, you're not going to get anything good. It almost ensures failure in an industry that's simple but not easy. So, number three is pivotal. Keep your mind positive, keep your mind powerful as you pursue your leads, and you've got to pursue them. Having leads by themselves isn't going to give you anything. All right. So, mindset, very critical, but mindset by itself being super positive. If you don't have good methods, if you don't have good mentorship, you don't have good training, you're probably not truly going to make it. It's not the Wild West. All right. Now, number four is money. Money is something that not everybody talks about. A lot of insurance agents, man, they just don't have the money necessary to purchase leads. And if you don't have money, you're probably not going to make it. And even agents that decide to do the free lead thing or the captive insurance agent thing, you're going to find out that with captive insurance agencies and free lead programs, you're getting paid maybe 40% as a captive insurance agent, maybe mid 40s. And you're going to find that the house wins. All right. The person that handed you that free lead, they're the ones that are financially gaining, not you. You will get a pittance. They have full control of your block of business. Typically, they have all of the vesting, and you there are a W 2. You might as well work a regular job, my friends. Really, you might as well work a regular W 2 to get your paper right so that then you can jump into this industry and own and control your block of business from day one, own and control the vesting, get triple digit commissions so that you can capitalize and own what you're trying to build. Most insurance agents dive into final expense sales because they want to have a future that they can control. They want to have a block of business and renewals that they can control. It it takes money. All right. So you can't just jump into final expense telesales without dollars to be able to have leads delivered to you. Face-to-face insurance agents, you really could do it with pretty close to $0, but you better have motivation to move every day. That's much bigger than your excuses. You've got to engage. You've got to shake hands. You've heard it said the more hands you shake, the more money you can make. Well, true in this industry, but it's not a guarantee. It's a performance based business. Those that do are those that get. And if you don't get up out of your bed every day and be about that working, you probably won't have even a chance of making the wealth. But money's important. If you need good leads, need good lead providers, need good resources, jasonfinalexpense.com will give you everything that we can to help you not become a statistic, my friends. But you've got to have the right leads. There's a lot of leads out there that will leave you with a poor taste in your mouth, especially if you don't have the right scripts to handle and overcome objections and the adversity that will come. It'll mess with your mind. And if your mind gets messed with, well, your money once again will follow. Number 5, this is the most critical part of your business. If you're still watching this video, you got to move. Movement, movement, movement. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to have habitual behavior that helps you become a beast. You want to be the best in the industry? You better be about that movement, my friends. You've got to get on your leads, speed to lead. You've got to be one that can follow up. You've got to be one that can really navigate the business. The business is about movement. It's about getting on that phone. It's about making more dials. It's about always be calling, always be a knocking if you're a face-to-face insurance agent. Get in front of folks, belly to belly. Be their advocate, but you're never going to become a success story if you can't see yourself moving. This business is not for the lazy insurance agents that think it's quick, easy money. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. You've got to be slow, all right, to find a good mentor. You've got to be one that's intentional. Number 2, in learning your methods. You've got to train like the business will take you out, because if you don't train that way, it will. You've got to have a positive mindset because now you're ready. You've got the systems and the structure necessary. Number 4, you got to have the money necessary to now, okay, I'm going to buy leads. I'm not going to sit back on my laurels. I'm going to just dive into success. You've got to have a successful mindset. But now, number 5, you got to have movement. You've got to move on those leads fast. But when you get with a client or get on that phone, you've got to slow down and listen to what the client wants. This business isn't talk, 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 sell, sell, sell. If that's what you're doing, you're going to become a statistic. Listen to what the client wants you to do for them. Then maybe you've got a product that will become the solution. Movement's important, but once you're in front of a client, listen to them, learn what they want you to do for them, and be the best handshake that they've ever seen in their life. Treat them with the utmost of professionalism, because if you're an independent insurance agent, you may just have the best products nationally to serve them and strengthen their positions with your final expense insurance sales. The business is very simple, but it's not easy to always be moving. It's not easy to always be motivated, because some days you're not going to feel like getting on the phone. Do it anyway. Some days you're not going to feel like knocking doors. Do it anyway. Habitual behavior and disciplined movement will help you have the best chance of making the money with final expense insurance sales, but it's not a guarantee. And if you're one that says, you know what, I'm a little lazy, well, you got to fix that. All right. You got to set boundaries around yourself. Have a mentor that you give permission to motivate you. All right. You need to control your business. If not, everything is going to run rabid and you're going to become a real statistic instead of a real success story. It's all about moving and having good methods and having a good mindset. Have the money, yes, but you know what? With final expense leads, there's no guarantees, but you've got a chance of getting it if you make it. Get yourself into a place that you don't give up. You get up with power and strength every day. I hope this lets you have a transparent look at what the industry looks like. Chargebacks happen. You're going to have it. This business is very scary when you stop. But when you keep moving, well, there's no better place to be, in my professional opinion. Done this a long time, and we've got some of the most amazing agents nationally that align here to sell life and Medicare and a lot of annuities. If you need help or you need any resources, or maybe a work family to call a home, or maybe you're frustrated and you just want to have a conversation about what the industry could do for you, or maybe what you, more importantly, can do for the industry by being a great force for good, well, reach out. We'll touch base with you and see what we can do to serve you. But stay positive in this space. You may have what it takes. Hope you have an amazing day, and we'll see you soon.